Welcome to another kitchen edition of Pissdrinker. Tonight I'm going to drink an Alpine beer from California called Nelson, an IPA, and this has just started to be shipped over to the East Coast, though it says it's green flash on the bottle and the glass there you can see. So this Alpine brew used to be very small and a contract brew at AleSmith now has Green Flash making and distributing their products. And I've had a couple of them and they're very good. Most people say that the Green Flash produced stuff is just as good as these really small batch Alpine stuff you can get in California. And this one, I was reading the date wrong on it, and I don't even know if it's really necessarily a date. It might be some kind of batch number that doesn't correspond exactly to days. The way I was reading this, it says 15/3/16. I thought it was the 316th day of 2015 when it was bottled, which is a common code. But that meant it would have been bottled in the future, and I don't think it's that fresh. It says best by April 20th, 2016, so I'm guessing it probably meant it was bottled October 20th or something. But I had another beer that I bought at the same time, the Happy Birthday from Alpine a few days ago, and that seemed extremely fresh still, so I bet this is a very fresh one. And it's called Nelson for the Nelson Sauvin New Zealand hop, and it also has some rye in it, but it's still a golden beer. A lot of people think of rye as always making a beer red or dark, but it can be made into a golden pale ale, and I've had the Rising Tide Daymark Pale Ale that has a little bit of rye in it, but still very, very pale, and I love that beer a lot. I think that the rye kind of just amps up the hop spiciness nicely. And it's 7% alcohol. This is one of the more highly rated Alpine beers. So I think it's time to drink it. Using the end of a spoon to open it, because I'm in the kitchen. Very pale and golden. That's almost a yellow straw a little bit there. The pure white head. Some fine bubbles, some bigger bubbles because I let it gloop down into the glass a little bit. But it has that nice... I'm starting to taste New Zealand hops a little bit more as like green pepper, roasted jalapeno almost, more than white wine. It's got a lot of that. It smells a lot like freshly cut charred peppers. A little green onion too. And the rye probably only helps make it spicier. Like, it almost smells like they brewed this with actual peppers. Pretty strong aroma, not like filling the room aroma, but formidable. And a very slight haze in the glass there. I noticed there was a good amount of haziness in the bottom of this bottle. It looks like it got shaken in a little bit. But it's not, the tropical fruit's kind of in the background in this one. At least in the aroma. I think the rye with all that Nelson Sauvin. They didn't say whether they used any other hops, but they only mentioned Nelson Sauvin. So I assume that's all about the Nelson Sauvin hops. If they maybe use something else for bittering, I'm not sure. But I don't really notice any malty anything happening. Really just the rye adding to all that spiciness of the hops. But it smells very dry and it smells like it's going to be very refreshing. And I don't get much booze or heat or anything, even though it's 7%. So it seems like it'll be a special beer. Mm. Might say smooth, but it's got a pretty strong bitterness. At first, it had this mellow, prickly quality on the tongue. Then you swallow it, and now it's like, ooh, that is 7%, and it does still seem like it was brewed with hot, spicy green peppers. I'm noticing a touch of honeyish malts right now. It's medium, like higher on the medium body, not caramely or syrupy or anything like that, like some big traditional West Coast IPAs. This is almost like an East Coast style one, but it's still a little bit more bitter, not as huge on the aroma, but very, very good aroma. And the flavor, the hint of the malt sweetness still doesn't take it over to the tropical fruit world very much. Like, maybe some really unripe pineapple. An apricot. But I feel like I'm feeling like I'm experiencing some tangy green pepper, almost capsaicin, but it isn't actually, hot. Probably the alcohol makes it seem like it has a little bit of capsaicin in there, but it doesn't actually burn. But it is a beer that will cut through anything. This is just sharp, pungent, spicy, kind of one-dimensional, but a really unique, special dimension of every kind of spice you can think of is in this beer. Every like hot, pungent spice, like black pepper, green pepper. I mean, there's not really anything like chipotle or smoked peppers, though it does betray a little smokiness, which I just noticed from these very pungently hopped beers. Especially when there's not really much malt sweetness, or they're not using hop varieties that are bringing out big peachy mango notes or anything like Mosaic. The New Zealand ones are just unrelentingly spicy. I guess there's probably some like really bitter white grapefruit going on, definitely. It's very nice, very intense. It's gonna take a while to finish this bomber, this beer. Mm. Yeah, very bitter grapefruit. Like, I don't know if I'm noticing really Sauvignon Blanc, because Sauvignon Blanc I feel like is more tropical fruity and minerally. I guess this has some minerally parts to it, definitely, but I'm not, like, am I getting any passion fruit? I don't know about that. Maybe a little bit, but it's nothing like a beer I've had actually brewed with passion fruit. Yeah, this is a great one, but you might want to split a big bottle of this with someone. I'd probably do 8.25, something like that. Anyone who wants a pungent, intense hop experience or loves like kiwi rising, go for this one. Nighty night.